Hey everybody, it's Eric, and I want to ask you a question. Have you ever watched someone enjoying a cigar and wondered, what's all that about? Well, cigars have been around for centuries and are often enjoyed to celebrate milestones and relax, share time with friends. But for a beginner, this tradition can be a bit intimidating. It can certainly get confusing, but it doesn't have to be. So today I'm going to show you the basics of getting started in cigars. First, we're going to talk about choosing a beginner-friendly cigar. We'll then talk about how to cut it correctly, how to light it the correct way, smoking a cigar with proper technique, and then finally we'll talk about ending with etiquette. So let's start with choosing your cigar. You want to select a mild to medium cigar. Connecticut shade wrapper is one that I recommend. That's something like this. There are a myriad of cigars out there, different flavors, shapes, sizes, leaves, but Connecticut shade is a mild, medium, very smooth beginning cigar. Very easy and one that's most agreeable for people who are getting started. Once you've chosen your cigar, you want to cut it correctly. So let's talk quickly about the anatomy of the cigar. So you have here on the foot of the cigar is the end that you light. The head of the cigar is the end that you put in your mouth. And then this is the body of the cigar. Around the head is the cap of the cigar. The cap is a layer of leaf that holds it all together. So if you cut too deep into this, you're going to unravel the smoke and it's going to fall apart in your hands. It's going to be bad. So you want to be very careful when you cut the cigar that you're only cutting about 1/8 of an inch, or what I like to use is the thickness of a dime is a good reference point to snip off the end. Now there are a bunch of different cutters out there that you can choose from. There's no real wrong answer. It's simply a matter of preference at this point. But once you've selected your cutter, you cut the end, and then it's time to light. So to light a cigar, there's any number of ways. Butane lighters, matches, and I personally prefer the butane torch lighters. I don't recommend a Bic lighter. You can use it, but Bic lighters typically contain a less pure form of butane. There's impurities in it. It can taint the flavor of the cigar. Butane torches tend to burn very, very clean, extremely hot. They're very efficient, but they are one of the best ways. But there's no real wrong answer. If you don't have one of these, you can pretty much use anything to light your cigar. But it is important that you do not hold the flame directly into the end of the cigar. You want to hold it a little bit away from the end of the cigar, because that's where the real heat is at. If you stick the flame right up, you're going to jet blast into the cigar and you'll cook tobacco deep inside. You'll overcook it and you'll get a very, very bitter experience. You want to just lightly toast the outer edges of that cigar and then gently puff away to get the tobacco started burning. And then once it's lit, it's time to smoke. Now you want to gently puff on the cigar about every 30 to 60 seconds. You don't inhale it. You're not smoking a cigarette. And I personally don't smoke cigarettes, but I know we've all seen people who do, or maybe you do. Your decision. But you're not smoking a cigarette. Tobacco from a cigar, it should never enter your lungs. Okay, it's designed to be savored in your mouth. It's an experience that you taste and you smell. It's not something that you inhale. You'll regret it. Trust me. So, gently puff every 30 to 60 seconds. Don't just overbear on it because you'll hotbox it, and again, overcook the tobacco. It'll get a very bitter flavor. Tobacco is designed to burn very slowly over time. A cigar like this, which is a Robusto size, will take you probably 45 minutes to smoke. And you want to take that time. You don't want to rush through this because you'll ruin a good cigar if you try to get through it too quickly. So you've puffed away on your cigar, you've enjoyed it, you've experienced this, and now let's talk about finishing. When you're finishing up with your cigar, don't just stub it out like you see people pushing out a cigarette. stamping out a cigar like that leaves it'll leave a bad odor in the room. It creates a mess, and it's considered bad etiquette. What I like to do, or what most everyone in the cigar world will tell you, is you gently just place it in the ashtray and let it go out naturally. Like what I like to say is, let your cigar die with dignity. And then that's it. Today we've showed you how to get into the cigars by choosing a mild cigar, cutting it lightly, or cutting it, lighting it, smoking it slowly, and finishing it with proper etiquette. And I think it's important to, cigars aren't just about tobacco. They're about slowing down, reflection. They're about celebrating moments in life and celebrating with friends or by yourself. With these basics, you can enjoy your first cigar with confidence. I hope this finds you well, and happy smoking.